I want to definitely open this. We could open up this part, I guess, with any contentions with any of our lists, right?
Yeah.
You can only select one character you have a contention with on anyone's list, right? So I'll start with Rue, where he can pose his contention, and Quan, you only have basically a rebuttal. But I'm gonna time it for the sake of time, where you only gonna have basically a minute, right, for like a back and forth. Like so, Rue, you can like so you start, Quan will rebuttal, Rue will rebuttal, and then lastly Quan will end it from there. So you can start, Rue, in three, two, one, go.
I so badly want to discuss Edward, right? But I'm sorry. Smoke, I have to ask you, what would happen if Meruem just stood up and slapped Komugi?
You already know what happens. You already know what happens.
Yo,
We all know what
oh
happens.
man.
Decapitation.
So she was a superior board game player, but I don't think she has superior battle IQ because if he got up and slapped her, she would be rendered helpless.
Yes, but
Okay.
he had too much
Go ahead.
integrity to do that. We know this.
Integrity is not battle IQ though. But
Integrity is not better.
It
here's
is,
the second.
but
Go ahead. 20 seconds left.
Here's the second question. This one's a little more controversial. Could it be like would it be considered battle IQ if I was controlling the timeline the entire time? Like if I'm in control of the timeline, are my feats considered high battle IQ? You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because it would
Oh,
really be
yeah.
a challenge
Okay.
if these things are predetermined.
Yeah. Okay.
Smoke, go ahead. Your turn.
yes, it does because he doesn't have the all like the whole recollection of it, and he still has to do it. He still has to do it. So even though he would know about it happening, he still has to pull it off. So it's still his
Mhm.
IQ, regardless. Even if he knew how to do it, he still would have to pull it off. And it didn't seem like when it was going down in real time that he knew exactly what was going down because he was standing on top of the roof. Mikasa was buying him time, and he was like, "Okay, what's going on?" And then he peeped from out the heel was the little snake thing of the warhammer underneath there, and then that's when he leaps off and grabs her out, and then that's when Galliard takes off. But then things start to fall apart for them because then Levi comes in. So it's like it's a whole plan. Like Hanji said it the best in the plane when they were on their way back. She was like, you put all of your trust in us, and we lost all of our trust in you." So it's like Aaron knew for a fact that they were gonna come through for him, like that he knew, like you said, he knew, but he
All
still
right.
had to pull it off
All right,
at the
Tom,
end of the
Tom,
Yeah.
day.
Okay.
Tom. All right,
I have
Rue, do you
one more,
have
brother.
any?
You,
You
you
have
good? You
go
good? You
ahead.
good?
Oh, okay, so
Huh?
you done with your rebuttal, Rue? You done
Well,
with your final
I
one?
wanted to ask if I could
Go
have
ahead.
15 more seconds. I just want to ask you one last question, Smoke.
Go ahead.
So Eisen, is he top battle IQ or top prepper, right? Because when something happened on the fly, right? Someone like Geen, when Geen stabbed him in the heart, he didn't see that coming because he wasn't prepared for that, right? He just was overpowered. So is he just a top preparer or is he a top battle IQ person? You know what I'm saying? Because when we saw him not prepped, he got stabbed in the heart.
He did, but he also survived that, and he smoked him right
Because he
after
was
that
OP.
too.
He was overpowered,
He
right? But he
was,
was
but
caught
like
slipping.
if I'm gonna say there's anybody that's like a real good prepper in that show, it's gonna be Kisuke, because Kisuke is the one that falls back. Kisuke knows when to fall back in a fight and go and think
Yeah.
conjure something up and come back and get the W. Aizen, I
Okay.
think he has a little bit more on the fly, and I'm gonna say that for when he did with Shinji, when Shinji activated his stuff, and you had to think about going forward and backwards, and then not only just forward and backwards, but the diagonal up is diagonal down and diagonal. Like
Yeah.
he figured it out and he got out of that too. So I'm gonna still
Yeah,
put Aizen up there.
I took extra time, so I'm gonna let somebody else go. But I just wanted to ask that last question.
Yeah,
All right,
I'm still putting Aizen up there because of the Shinji fight still.
all right, that works out because it looked like Smoke also kind of rebutted that last part. So I guess the next part is we're gonna leave it up to you, Smoke. You any contentions, any person out of any my list, Rue's list, Daquan's list that you might disagree with or want to swap specifically.
Mm, okay, I'll come back to Rue, even though we just went back and forth. Do you think Itachi is someone that has, or is the person with the best battle IQ in the Naruto universe.
Go ahead, bro.
Presently, like quickly thinking, yes. I don't think he's the strongest, but I think he's the best thinker in battle, right? And if, like, let's say if everyone had equal strength, then I do think his IQ is what would set him apart, which is why I'm saying best battle IQ, right? I don't think he could beat everybody, but I do think in the midst of battle, I do think he is the best thinker on his feet. Yes.
Nah.
Daquan, you're gonna have your turn. Hold on. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Smoke.
don't know. I
Go
don't
ahead, Smoke
know
your rebuttal.
because I want to say it's Naruto himself, but like that's just giving
Oh.
main character.
Naruto,
You know, it's
Naruto
like,
Uzumaki.
yes, Naruto Uzumaki. I could give you one feat alone that I could put above everything that Itachi did, and that would be to put the chakra cloak on every single person in the war.
But is that better than Itachi planting the crow to break the reanimation jutsu of himself to be significant in the war?
He would, but that wasn't supposed to be for himself. That was supposed to be for Sasuke. It just happened to pan out that he had to use it on himself.
15 seconds.
But that's a pivot, isn't it? Isn't that a pivot? Isn't that bad like you when you have to pivot to still be, impactful?
It is, but I'm also thinking of like you don't believe in Boruto, so I'm also thinking of like Naruto inside of Boruto too, because his battle IQ fighting against the fake androids that are in there, and when he was fighting Jigen, like his on the fly stuff is up there too, or even in the movie The Last when he fought Soniri, like he's got some good battle IQ feats too, because he was getting hit with stuff he's never even seen before, or even the Kaguya fight, like.
All right, Tom. I think Smoke, did you ask one question? Was it two?
Yeah, that was the only one, saying that
Okay.
he thinks Itachi is like the
Okay. All right. So I guess the next
one.
we're gonna go with Daquan. Any contentions with any person's list, a specific individual? Any questions you have?
Yo, in regards to Itachi, I just want to know, like, what fathoms you to put him so high, right? Especially with your comment saying, okay, remove everything if everybody was on an even playing field in his battle IQ. You don't think him having the Sharingan at 7 years old enhanced his ability to process data? Because there's two ways to increase your battle IQ, right? It's not something you're just born with. You increase the battle IQ by watching, by studying, and by fighting, right? So it's like having a Sharingan is like a hack to analyzing data or fights and skills and everything. So if you put everybody on an even playing field and he doesn't have his Sharingan, what's to say that his battle IQ is so high that he's able to outlast certain people? Like, for example, like Minato didn't have any of that. And I think Minato's battle IQ is higher than Itachi. And so was Tobirama. I also think Shikamaru's battle IQ is high. And I do understand that the battle IQ is the application of what you have and how you use what you have, what you're born with. But everybody's born with chakra, right? It's not something you have to use like, it's not something you have to use like on like the fly.
All right, go ahead, Rui. What's your rebuttal?
So if everyone's born with chakra, then why are some people stronger than others? Because they're better at using what they have. All Uchihas have the Sharingan at 7 years old. So it doesn't matter when Itachi had it. He's a far superior user of the Sharingan than anyone else we've seen. In totality, he surpasses Shisui. Shisui dies early, so he surpasses him. And he used more feats of the Sharingan than anybody else that we've seen.
Okay, yeah, but you didn't answer the
What did Tobirama or Minato do that surpasses Itachi's battle IQ of supplanting the Amaterasu in Sasuke to make an attempt to kill Obito and things like that? What did Tobirama do that's nearly that impressive? What did he do? What did Tobirama doing Ginkaku?
The creation of jutsus is way more impressive. To create jutsus off the fly,
created them, but then Kinkaku
you created
still
them,
giving you smoke in battle.
Listen, you created them and you use them, so you don't have a reference page of jutsu to go back on. Like, okay, this isn't going to work because of this and that. You're literally creating stuff on the fly that you think of, and you're applying it in real life battle, in real life situations.
So
That's
all
battle
Toby
IQ.
Rami's jutsus were created on the fly in battle? I don't think that's a fact.
No, it wasn't created on the fly in battle,
I
but the
don't think
simple
that's
fact that he created it. It's the simple fact that
But
he
that's the
created
same.
it and then applied.
That's your
But he
same
applied
alchemy
what
case.
he
It's
created in
homework. It's
battle.
not. It's not in the midst of battle. It's homework. I'm doing it in preparation. Like that's not
You
bad
can, you
like
can,
you.
you
That's
can say the
prepping.
same. You can say the
Homework, bro.
same exact thing
That-
about Itachi. You can say the same exact thing about Itachi. Itachi only smoked his village because niggas let him.
Like who? Like
His
who?
father.
Did he know Orochimaru was gonna pop out when he was fighting Sasuke? Did he know that?
His father let him smoke the village. You understand that, right? And on top of that, he had help. It's not like he did it by himself. And you still didn't answer the question. It's like you made a statement saying that if everybody in the Narutoverse was on an even playing field, Itachi would have the upper hand because of his IQ. But then,
things that he showed that the bad like the things like I said.
But the thing is, what has he showed without the Sharingan? What has he showed without the Sharingan? It'll be like with Itachi's feet. A lot of Itachi's feet is because of his Oculus powers, right? It'd be more impressive if you have feet without using it.
Okay.
That's more of an impressive. That's more of an impressive use of battle IQ. That's like when Smoke said Naruto using the uncloak. It's like, yo, bro, you have the nine tails. Is that really considered battle IQ? You have the nine tails. You have
how you use it is considered battle IQ.
No, it's battle IQ. But I'm talking about, is it considered higher battle IQ than let's say Shikamaru with against Hidan, or Shikamaru in the Mr. Battle against the Sound Villagers. It's like, bro, it's like you having to doing stuff without the use of OP abilities is more impressive than you with OP abilities.
Wait, Rule, let him go. Let him go. Let him finish this point, and then you'll have your final moment, just to kind of 30 seconds to kind of like rebuttal that last part of what he's saying. Go ahead.
Yeah, because you're not explaining the statement of, you said if everybody's on the same playing field, his battle IQ would kind of put him above. And it's like, I'm not understanding how that would be. If everybody's on the same playing field, that means he doesn't have any Sharingan. So without the Sharingan, which is where most of his feats came from, he doesn't have any of that. So it's like, where are you basing that off of? Like, what are you basing that statement off of?
All right, go ahead, Rule.
And Rule,
Daquan, let him finish his thoughts, and then let Rule talk. Go ahead, Rule. Go ahead.
But here's the thing: if everyone's equal, everyone could technically have a Sharingan. And who uses the Sharingan better than Itachi? Right? Equal could be they all don't have it or they all have it. Once again, he was steps ahead. The Amaterasu for Obito, the Crow to break the reanimation jutsu of himself. Perfect Kabuto using the Izanagi, bro. Come on, bro. These are all battle IQs. Like Kabuto had to fight in the darkness to purposely prevent going under Genjutsu, bro. Come on, bro.
All right.
What is Shikamaru doing in that fight?
Okay. So wait. We'll stop it right there. Because it was interesting. I ain't gonna lie. I even let y'all go over because I was entertained. Me and Smoke over here entertained. I guess that kind of just leaves me.
Yeah.
I mean, going through everyone's list. One contention I may have. So Daquan selected Rue selected Smoke. I'm gonna pick someone from Daquan's list, right? Just to be fair. Daquan, you had Edward Elric, right? Who else you had? I had
Sukuna, and I had Hisoka.
I'm gonna go with Hisoka. Right. So my question to you is, right? I understand Hisoka has high battle IQ per se.
Yes.
But outside of his fight with, of course, the Phantom Troopers leader,
yeah,
what would you really say that makes him a separator of many of the other high IQ characters in all of anime, right? Why would you put him on your list when we have major characters such as like Aizen, right? Shikamaru, right? All these other Lelouch, like all these other characters that are really intelligent. Why would you put Hisoka on your list?
So my list is like I said, it was mainly based on the power system. So the part, the most intricate, difficult power system that I have are Nen. I think Nen, Alchemy, and Cursed Energy are my top three like most difficult power systems to understand and to have a complete like it just showcases more, and it showcases the ability to understand those power systems and apply the applications from the different uses of what's entailed in that power system into actual battle. I think that in and of itself shows a higher battle IQ than somebody, let's say, in the Dragon Ball Z verse with Ki, or
Okay.
Naruto verse with like Chakra, or like Bleach, for example. Because Nen is so many components of Nen, and I think Hisoka does a great job. Granted, I'm not gonna say the only, but the biggest battle we saw was with Crollo, but I feel like that gave us more than enough. Even though he lost, it just showed more than enough battle IQ for me for him to understand that, okay, I'm going to lose, but I'm going to make it seem like I died and I didn't die so I can run it back. Because battle IQ, like I said, battle IQ is all film, studying, and fighting. That's how you boost your battle IQ. So the fact that he lost and he understood he was losing and he faked he faked his death to come back and run it back again. Like, I mean, we don't know he's gonna run it back again, but we can only assume throughout the chapters and everything. I think that in of itself, and then his application use of bungee gum. I think his application use of bungee gum is by far one of the best we've seen in the show.
Okay, got you. So just as a quick rebuttal, right? So you saying like Hisoka, right? You saying Nen, right? It's an intricate power system, right? But you just like you mentioned, right, with the Itachi case, that Itachi is who he is because of the Sharingan, because of his unique ability, right? Can the same be said about Hisoka's bungee gum ability? That's the reason why he survived, because of his unique ability. Any other ability in that situation, he would have died. So can someone rebuttal that and ask you and be like, well, hold on, Hisoka really got carried by his unique ability, and that ability is kind of OP. So is it really truly relying on the battle IQ that you define, or is it really also compacted with Hisoka's, battle IQ? Is it intelligence versus like we've seen other people like Gin, for instance, where Gin can look at an ability once and actually replicate it on the fly, right? So like, is it really intelligence, or is it just really his ability and how he's using it?
But that the ability and how he uses it is battle IQ. I never said that Itachi has a low battle IQ. I just don't think his battle IQ is as high as Rue makes it seem.
So the same could be said about you, right? Like in
no,
terms
no,
maybe
that's a fact. And I'm open to the rebuttal, the conversation. Again, I just think the application use of Nen is more intricate than Chakra. If I thought Chakra was more intricate than Nen, I would have replaced somebody from Hunter x Hunter with somebody from Naruto. So that's
okay. Fair enough. All right. So with that being said, I think, and before, right, I do want to do something, right, and no rebuttals here, right, but really quickly, I want to give us basically something to think about. But replacing our list, right, we'll still keep our number ones, but we're going to revise our top 3 list with everyone we've named here. So let's say, for instance, I'll start, right? So like I had Sukuna number 1, right? But if I'm going with number 2 and number 3, probably not in order, right? Or my next 2, let's say I'll add, just as an example, I'll add Itachi and Edward Elric, for instance, right, as my top 3. So I kind of want to go around the panel and have y'all kind of do the same. So I guess I'll start with.
Wait, what was everybody's number 1 first?
So my number 1 was Sukuna.
Okay.
My number 1 would be Kurama, Yoko Kurama.
Oh, Kurama. Okay, so Kurama.
Smoke. What would be your number 1?
Eren Yeager.
All right.
And mine would be Edward.
Edward, exactly. So at that point, just using that information, I'll start with Rue. What would be your other two based off everyone we've named today?
I will go. So Kurama is my number one. I would pick Sukuna, and I would pick Aizen.
Okay.
Smoke, you said Aizen, right? That's correct.
Yep.
Okay, I will pick Aizen.
Go ahead, Quan.
So I would put Edward. I originally picked Sukuna, so I would have Sukuna as my number two. Yeah, I'd probably pick Kisuke.
Okay. Smoke.
I got Aiden Yeager as my number one. I gotta say his name like that every time. My number two, I'm gonna put Sukuna just because his feats were OD. And then number three, I'm going to go with Kisuke Urahara to replace my Aizen pick.
All right. So, and just for the sake of time, I'll keep the list I had, which is probably going to be the worst list compared to what everyone named here. But nevertheless, of course, I'll just leave it up to, people who's going to comment, our subscribers, new subscribers, people that, stumble across our channel. Let us know in the comment section, one, who has the worst list, and do you have any contentions with it? And then, of course, what is your top three, right, in terms of highest battle IQ? So just let us know, and we'll be back later. So
make sure you like and subscribe.